and this is my son who's trying to cross. Okay.
My mom taught me how to do that.
My name is Munirah. I'm 68 years old. I'm a grandmother. I run a few companies. I also have this passion where I go out and look after the homeless and poor. Well, there will always be challenges in life, whatever it is that you're doing, but it's each time you're faced with a challenge, I think you have to look at how you're trying to overcome it. So if it is something to do with business, I have my partner in business, my husband is my business partner, and also my son who is now coming to his own, and we are able to discuss things. The fact that each time you face it with a challenge, there's somebody else to discuss it with, it helps. You see a different perspective. Now, in terms of the community work which I do, I also have volunteers who've been with me since the beginning. So we also bounce ideas off each other. It's about that. When you have a problem, you discuss. And then it's not just one perspective. You have to listen to other people's perspectives as well in order to finally decide what's workable. Even then, when you try to find the solution, it's about trying. And if it doesn't work, you must have the option to be flexible and to try another one. You cannot say that being inflexible means you will probably not succeed. So the adaptability is important. As a woman, no, because Pertiwi itself is Pertubuhan Tindakan Wanita Islam. When I was 17, that was when Pertiwi was formed, on 22nd September 1967. I was 17 at the time. So I was roped in by my sisters, very domineering sisters. They were among the 10 founders. So they dragged me in, and I learned from them how to actually do work in the community, how to be heard, I guess. How to be heard means you actually have to do it yourself. If you delegate, you will never ever get to understand the real problem. Nobody will know what you're trying to do, because the minute you delegate, your idea, your vision becomes diluted. So you can't do that. If you have a passion, you cannot delegate passion. People have to understand that. If you have a passion about everything you speak, then you see the passion in the person's eyes. So to me, Pertiwi, that was what it was. Desire to make some changes. You must keep on doing it. You cannot say your energy cannot fizzle halfway, because then you will not see the fruition of your dreams. I didn't start. I was a 17-year-old then. Yeah, they started it. Among 10 women who felt at the time that the mothers in the rural areas were falling behind, and the girls, so were the girls. What happened was they did not give the girls the best of education. So Pertiwi members felt at the time, because they already had university education, they don't want the girls to fall behind. So we had programs going into the rural areas to teach the mothers to read and write themselves, and to tell them, you have got to make sure your girls go all the way to university. Make sure they go all the way. And we lobbied for women's rights, whatever. It's about women, empowering women. My son has no children as yet, but my daughter, the way she's bringing them up, well, they're all involved in NGO work. And my daughter has Free Tree Society, which is about the environment. She's very passionate about the environment. Her children are roped into all these causes for the environment as well. And to me, it's the NGO blood, and making a difference in the community is very strong. From my sisters, well, my mom actually, I learned about feeding the homeless actually from my mom. So it is from my mother, and then two of my sisters influencing me, and then me perhaps influencing my daughter, and my grandchildren are all doing the same thing. If you can do a little bit to make a difference, you do it. It doesn't matter if nobody knows about it. You're still doing something instead of just commenting on Facebook or what you actually have to do. All the time. Come come on, who would agree? No kid would agree with parents. They're always critical of parents. It's just no, I would be in denial if I were to say otherwise. Of course, grandparents will treat grandchildren differently. Because you don't have to discipline them. Like my husband, my goodness, he would never have treated my son that way. The grandson is getting away with it. He's being spoiled. The grandparents do that. It's our privilege. You don't have to discipline them. That's the parents' duty. Well, they have got also the influence of the rest of the world, social media. Unfortunately, you say something and they say, oh, on social media saying this, and then there's videos of peer groups doing something else. So it's actually, you say something, they say, oh no, grandma is just like this, they seem to know more. And I say, but I understand. Oh, no. And then here it is, there's a video or there is some information that contradicts what I've said, And since you're battling all this surge of information on social media, what are you going to do? They have to learn, just like we all have to learn according to the times and the information available to us. So I guess we have to deal with that. There are always challenges relevant to each period that we're going through. In our time it's like this, my parents' time is something else. This is the time that you have to compete with social media and everybody having an opinion, not necessarily right, but even scientific papers contradict themselves. Every time, so okay, I'm taking this, the next day something comes out, so do not take that, and then you say, oh yeah, take that, and then what are you going to say? I think the bottom line is to be sensible and know that if you're going to do anything, it's not the extremes. You have to think about, read up, and try to understand as much as possible and form an opinion. Hopefully it is a sensible opinion. Yeah. No, I was very young. I got married at 22. I was already a mother at 24. And I had my daughter at 26, and that was it, you see. So I was a young mother. So even now, I guess with my grandkids, people think that they're my children. If I go sometimes to the supermarket, they say, oh, is that your daughter? It's my granddaughter. So it's maybe because I'm in denial and I dress like this. I don't know. Anyhow, but it is. I'm not the typical grandmother. Yeah. Well, as people say, don't look back. Don't look back in anger. Don't look back. It's just a learning process. Some things you wish you could have done better, but I think parents will make that. They will make some mistakes, or sometimes they think, I wish I had done something else. But it's something you've already done. It's in the past. You cannot change it. So just go forward and say, right, perhaps that's the way it's meant to be. And they're meant to learn something else. They're meant to be doing that so that you all learn something. So the one thing is not to regret and deal with it, You see, I was a troubled teenager. I dropped out of school. Yeah, I dropped out of school at age 15. I chose to educate myself. Yeah, so the fact that I was bored, I was at a good boarding school, I still made that decision to educate myself. All these things probably, sometimes I think if I had stayed on, would I have been different? I don't think so, because this is me. Whatever it is I'm doing now, none of the other grandmothers want to go out at night and do this. So I have come to accept that I'm probably unconventional. So therefore, again, this is the way we are. This is, would I have done anything differently? Would it? All these things is just too much for me to go back and look. I'd rather move forward. Don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah, because if that's as much as you can do, you've got a lot more opportunities now. You can work from home, you can do things online. I think you have a lot more opportunities than what I did during my time. What I did was I made sure that the kids were already stable before I went back into business with my husband. I did all those things while keeping an eye on the children to make sure that they were all right. But even then, we all make mistakes along the way. Mothers these days should not be too hard on themselves. Do whatever it is you can, but keep on doing. Because if you don't, you feel envious. Envy is not a good thing. Do not feel envious of other people. Do whatever you can without feeling that you have to catch up to somebody else. Don't measure yourself against others. I don't have to go on long holidays, but when I take a break and walk, to me that recharges me, and I find that I can do more. Okay, have fun, enjoy being a mother, enjoy being a woman, enjoy doing everything. Live life.